Hey, he pulled it off with a 14. Nice. Okay. Journal. We're getting low on commanding. We just got to go talk to Gravewar. So all we need is Darren, Camellia, and then Nenio's quest that's been going on forever. And we're currently upgrading the Ziggurat. Did we have anything that was only a day? I don't think we did, but we'll check while we're here. Yeah, no, 2 days for that. Everything else is done. Cool. Of course, as soon as we hit the map, we're going to be checking out what all of our armies are doing. Because we've slept a couple times since then, so they all have their movement points ready. All right, to the tavern. Greyboar's over, always back in this corner, right?
Is that the commander who entered the lair of assassins unafraid, wreaking havoc and personally murdering everyone in sight? Why, yes, I think it is him. Well, beer is on me today, just like I promised.
Can I expect more attempts on my life?
Of course, but he no longer has weapons like Horsala's Assassin's Guild at his command. And the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth are no match for them. I don't think you need to be wary of any more attacks.
Have you ever been tempted to betray me?
Well, maybe a little, perhaps. But I never violate the terms of my contracts. Justice, villainy, loyalty, treachery, all these words carry no meaning for me anymore. But my reputation, for that, I will put my life on the line.
I'm glad you made the decision that you did. Thank you for remaining loyal to me.
It's not about loyalty. It's just business, and... But perhaps you are right about that. I like you. I rarely say that to people, and almost never to my employers. But here we are.
Say my name, Greybor.
I enjoy traveling with you, and I would have felt regret if you had died. Apparently our adventures together have made me overly sentimental.
You ever thought about what you're going to do after the war's over?
They say that the Assassin's Guild of 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐻, of which I pride myself of being a member, has recently lost its leader. I, on the other hand, have been honing my demon-slaying skills to perfection over the past few months. When this whole thing with the Worldwound is over, I'll return there and try to become one of the aristocrats of 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐻. That is what they call themselves, if I remember correctly. I will reside there in luxury, bathe in the gossip about my notorious misdeeds, and take assignments from the Crusaders at a hefty discount. If the demons are trying to occupy our Golarion, why shouldn't we mortals repay them by occupying a part of their realm?
Sounds good. Just know that I think highly of you.
Same goes for you. I never regretted getting involved with you, even though the whole thing seemed like a utter failure at times.
That was just Galfrey. We don't need to worry about her anymore. Have you ever thought about quitting the assassination business?
Now, quite the opposite. My career is booming at present. First, I have an opportunity to work with you and participate in a truly fascinating adventure, which is going to lift my reputation to new heights. Second, I've just joined a very formidable Assassin's Guild. there is a lot more for me to achieve as a professional, and I will only start thinking about retirement and the peaceful life of a commoner when I'm past my prime. Anyway, fortune doesn't favor those who think too much about tomorrow instead of living in the present. Right now, I'm fighting the Worldwound under your command. As for what happens next, we'll just have to see.
You could have become more than just a hired killer.
Now, I am going to tell you a very important secret. You must not disclose it to anyone, no matter the circumstances. I think the simple truth is that I love my job.
Hey, at least he's an honest man.
Yes, I suppose I have the spirit of a killer, but there's nothing I can do about that. Perhaps I'll even kill you too, if you tell any of my potential employers what I just told you.
You have a daughter?
Yes, my little Mora. Do you think she would want to see me again after all these years? What would she think of me if I told her how I'd been earning my bread all this time? That I left her to do this kind of work? I'm afraid to hear the answers. I only hope that she will be able to forgive me if I ever get the chance to see her again.
You have to make this decision yourself. You were born to kill, don't abandon your calling. I'm going to go with the chaotic option.
Well then, it's all settled. All hail me, the fearsome leader of the Assassin's Guild from the depths of the abyss. You know, I've never tried to tell anyone which path in life they must choose. Sure, I'm always happy to show the way to the realm of Pharasma, but that's an exception. Thank you for not giving me any orders, or pushing me to make a certain choice. An attitude like that is a very rare thing in our world, and I appreciate it greatly.
Glad we had this talk.
You know, Commander, I've always thought that I was a loner by nature. I don't like people. I don't give a damn about them. They don't give a damn about me. And that's how it's always been since I met you. But you are an exception to all the rules. It is completely wrong for a hired blade to have any kind of personal affection for a client. But I do. Whatever lies ahead, I will never regret going on that dragon hunting mission with you.
Nice.
Surprised to hear such words from an assassin, Commander.
Nah, I just have that effect on people.
In that case, let this story become a good memory of how we cheated death itself.
Oh, I plan on doing that for an eternity. Lich, remember? Hello. Okay. Anyway, let's get out of here. Okay. Check our journal. So, we got to go to Knabris. And then we have to bring Dayron to the place marked by the Inquisitor. Okay, we're getting there. So, Forgotten Secrets, Legacy of the Ancients, Final Veil. We got 3 to do. We have one of the puzzle pieces. Or one set of puzzle pieces. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and find out where the other sets are. So, let us now venture forth here. Okay, Grave War out. In. And we should probably do 𝐂𝐚𝐨𝐫𝐿's thing now, huh? So we will. Okay, I guess we'll leave V here and grab 𝐂𝐚𝐨𝐫𝐿. Rougelet succeeded in changing her evil nature. The demon is no longer a demon. And as the goddess pretended, Rougelet found her salvation in the world of dreams. Free after centuries of oppressive evil, she has no doubt of the Crusaders' victory. All right, down to 𝐶𝐚𝐽. Right, 𝐶𝐚𝐽. 3 days. Teleport to Verilith's Ford. That's the right one, right? This one right up here. This one here. Yep. Okay, close. Teleport. There we go. Now to 𝐶𝐚𝐽. How are there enemies in right here? My God. You would think that this would be one of the most protected areas on the map.
Let's shred them! Out of my sight! Close ranks. Burn! Slice! Behead!
Garbage. Garbage.
Missed me already.
Let's not be casting Cure Light Wounds Mass. Huh? Let's find something else to cast for you there. Yeah, let's cast that. And what are you working on?
Soot is restless.
Yep, that's fine.
I
All right.
wonder why.
Move these two up here. I'm not even going to try and level her up right now. Let's see what happens first. Let's do this, that. There we go. Okay. Now we're in proper order. Ooh.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
She is in no doubt of the Crusaders' victory, for how could her side lose a battle with the Abyss now when she has already defeated it in her own heart? Nice. At least we got to finish reading that, huh? We must be getting tired. Oh, we have armies. Oh, we totally were going to do that, weren't we? All right, let's see. Armies on the move. Just one set of invaders. Way down here. Okay. Let's close that out. Let's come over here to the hammer. And we need to come down here. We'll have to hook around to do that. These guys are staying put. Okay, where is the reinforcements? Come on, you can make it. Oh, so close. All right. Skelly's heroes, you guys continue on your path. Okay. Might as well send these guys down here. You'd think they're skeletons. I mean... Ah, yes. We'll send these guys down here. Alright. Send these guys down here. Alright. Who the hell? Blood Ragers and Barbarians. Where did those guys come from? We'll just park them right there for now. Let's see what's going on here. The commander's plan succeeded. Surrounded by loyalists, the mutineers quickly drained their stores of provisions and water. Their only option was to break through the cordon through violence, but the conspirators could not bring themselves to order their forces to start killing the Crusaders first. Soon the soldiers lost their nerve and turned in the instigators. Nice. So my way worked. Okay, let's close that. And we want to switch back over here. Go to the hammer. And we want them to come. We're coming over here, right? Yeah, that is the way we were headed. We have to get down here, though. Ooh, yeah. That's going to be coming this way. So. And we won't be able to pass this fort until the army clears it. So, yep, that is it for them right now. All right, back to us. Spotted the enemies. Nice. So glad we could just click and fight. Any day now.
Save the last one for me.
It is such a cool portrait. I'm so glad I found that. All right, Canabras. Okay, now we are going all the way to here. And everyone's getting tired. Army that was marching from Canabras to help Galfrey was trapped. Surrounded by demonic forces, the soldiers had to assume an all-round defense. If they don't get help, soon they'll all be dead. What? Where was that? Where is that on here? Here? Yeah, we'll have to check that out, huh? No, rest. Night Watch. Who do we have? That's kind of overkill. Just saying. Yeah, that's good. Let's do it. All right. We finally get to see what's in the hidden room. You know, her torture chamber, whatever.
Trail me.
Lady 𝐂𝐚𝐨𝐫𝐭, welcome home. We've been expecting you. You have been expecting me? Indeed, my lady. Lord 𝐴𝐵𝐴 ordered that you be sent to him as soon as you arrived. The commander is permitted to follow you, but I must ask your other companions to wait here. Refreshments will be served. 𝐂𝐚𝐨𝐫𝐭, what's going on here? How curious. Horgus is here and waiting for me, but how did he know? Forgive me for being unable to answer your question, my lady, but those were the precise instructions I received from Lord 𝐴𝐵𝐴 this morning. Do you know this man? I have never set eyes on him before. I took up my position here relatively recently. I was hired specifically to serve Lord 𝐴𝐵𝐴 at his mansion in 𝐼𝐻. Why can't my companions come? Lord 𝐴𝐵𝐴 was most specific on his request. I'm afraid I cannot speak for his reasons. I can only assume that the conversation will be of a most delicate nature. Please, my friend, let's acquiesce to Horgus's request. I don't wish to make a scene before I fully understand what's going on. I see that you fully managed to repair the mansion after the demonic invasion. Indeed, we have. Fortunately, the mansion was almost unharmed. Many items survived the attack, and Lord 𝐴𝐵𝐴 was able to find comparable replacements for those that didn't. All right, where should we look for him? Must be somewhere upstairs. He bid me to say that Lady 𝐂𝐚𝐨𝐫𝐭 will have no trouble finding him. Please do come in. I was not expecting this. I thought the mansion would be empty, picked to the bones by marauders, if it's still standing at all, but seeing it's fully restored and inhabited, well, it would be extremely impolite to keep our host waiting, wouldn't it, my friend? Let's go and have a chat with Daddy Dearest. Any day now. Any day now. Oh, game's crashing. That's nice. That's fun. Oh, there we go. Okay. Should we be looking around here? I mean, we've already covered everything. To the basement. Can we go to the basement? My personal manservant must join us for everything. Right, Count? Yeah, see, we weren't able to come down here before.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Boots of the freest rain. As the saying goes, every family has a skeleton in its closet. In my case, all the skeletons are hidden in the cellar. This place holds special significance for me because this is where I killed those thugs who tried to rob Horgus's mansion. They were caught by my guards and I sacrificed them to Maria. This is where they were buried. I find it hard to believe that Horgus led you to kill people just like that. I think he had no choice. He could not cure me of the spirit's influence no matter how hard he tried, nor could he hand me over to the authorities in 𝐼𝐻, because then I should have certainly declared myself to be his illegitimate daughter and revealed all his secrets to the world. That would have stained the glorious name of Horgus 𝐴𝐵𝐴 that my papa values even more than his own life. I suppose he could have had me killed and buried here right in the cellar. I have no idea why he didn't do it while I was a little girl and he could overpower me. Nevertheless, I can assure you that all my victims buried here were hardened criminals and thugs. No one shed a tear when they never returned from the 𝐴𝐵𝐴 mansion that night. So how many skeletons are buried in the cellar? But not as many as you might have assumed, just the two, not counting the Viserion. Camellia's gaze wanders without stopping on anything in particular. It seems she's remembering, reliving all the sacrifices she made here. We gotta go. Alright. Anything else of note in here? I do not believe so.
This way.
I am helpful.
Ha
Am
ha!
I not?
Welcome to my room, my friend. I was about to apologize for the mess, but it appears the servants were ordered to clean this room. Well, do you have anything to say about the place where I spent my formative years? There are bars on the windows. They were always there. I moved to this room immediately after my mother died, and this is where I stayed, leaving it only on rare occasions. I suppose my darling papa was afraid that I would slip out without him knowing. Foolish man. If I had ever really wanted to escape, no bars on the windows could have held me. This bed looks too big for a child, not that I could see it. I never thought about it. This bed was mine from the very beginning, as well as all the countless dresses in the closet, the bouquets of flowers on the windowsill, and the sumptuous meals the servants used to bring me for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and any time I wanted it in between. I suppose the servants must have been whispering about me in dark corners, trying to understand why this strange girl was living here in the lap of luxury, although I never cared much about their gossip. Besides, Horgus changed servants as often as he changed his gloves, so none of the staff were ever here for very long. There's so many books. Always loved reading. Books opened entire new worlds to me, and I could visit them without ever leaving my chair. That's a hefty-looking lock on the door. Only Horgus himself and the mansion's head guard had a key to this lock. Even the servants had to call one of them to open the door so they could bring me in my lunch. She was a freaking prisoner. He was trying desperately to stop this little girl from killing people. Sometimes I was allowed to leave the room, to take a stroll in the garden, or to attend a fencing class with a specially hired teacher. Sometimes Horgus even took me out into the city when there were festivities or if a trade caravan had arrived from faraway lands. But every time he did it, he made me promise that I would keep within 10 paces of him at all times. A promise, if I could ever stop me. He lived like a bird in a cage, a gilded one, but still a cage. It's true, but this cage suited me perfectly. Freedom is always romanticized in books and songs. Artists love to glorify it, but most of them live in penury. They are beautiful ideals, to be sure, and I would happily read about them after yet another delicious dinner, ensconced in my soft, warm bed. Okay, now I'd actually like to spin around and look at the room. Still can't see the bed. There's the bed. That's actually not that big of a bed. Did you find anything? No? Alright. Well, that's the one room that we wanted to look in. Alright, I can go. That's a servant. Lord Gwyrm is expecting you. We're sure to find Horgus in his secret study. Before we enter, I would like to ask you one question if you don't mind. You know our family's history better than anyone else in the world. Tell me, what do you think of Horgus as a father? He's not the best, but not the worst either. I'm sure he tried his best. That's about right. So that's what you'd think. Camellia's gaze wanders the room, never resting on anything in particular. Why are you asking? No special reason. I just wanted to know your opinion of my father before we meet him face to face. She is going to sacrifice her father. I guarantee it. Well, hello, father. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Count.
Horgus raises his head and stares vacantly at his daughter for several moments.